Hello everyone, it is Sue here. Welcome to my Monday Crafty Chit Chat and Slow Stitching video. Today we're going to work on the patchwork table topper I'm making for my mother for Christmas. And we're going to do a little bit of stitching, and I want to share with you some changes and thoughts that I've had about this project. And so let's begin. So one of the things that are different that I want to share with you, what I've decided to do is take these, so they're all different, they're all pretty, and I am going to place them on the four corners. And I just thought it would add a special little touch to this piece, but I'm not going to do that until the end. You know, I'm going to do that last because, well, you can see the fabric like through the white fabric, especially this because it has the holes, right? So I definitely want the fabric sewn down first. So that is something new that I haven't shared with all of you yet. So I don't know if you noticed, but I have added different color fabric on here because there was just one day where I looked at it. It was on my desk and I looked at it. I'm like, gosh, that looks very Christmassy with the green and the red. And the reason it's green and red, well, because the table that this is gonna go onto is next to my mother's green chair. So that's how the green came into play. And then, well, red goes with green, but then I did add pinks, right? And some, like a different, sky or powder blue, some peach in here, but it just wasn't enough. It felt very red and green to me. So I've added some more fabric pieces, like even this one right here, this one here, although it looks a little Christmassy to me. And I did add this green in here. It's green, but I don't know, I liked it there. Some more like with the beige, I added more pinks. Yeah, just so that it wouldn't look so red and green. So at the moment, I am happy with the way it looks. It's going to be even like a lot more stitching because now I have more fabrics to stitch around, which is fine. I did add batting to the back, so I now have batting, and I also did, basted it all down. So the white threads that you see, that's the basting because I wanted to get the pins out of it, but the newer pieces of fabric are pinned because I did that after I basted. So anyways, that's where we're at with this. And the measurement of this is 17 inches by 17 inches by 17 inches. And yeah, so what I did first was I doubled up the pearl thread, and because I wanted it to be very visible, because I wanted it to look patchworky, right? But I'm not loving that. But I'm gonna leave on here, I think, as of right now, I'm gonna leave all of this peachy color. There's like a bright green over here. I'm gonna leave that. But what I think I'm gonna do is, well, I've already started. I'm gonna put some cross stitches down. So I have cross stitches here and here. And I guess I'll just go up here because I ended over here, right here. So Um, yeah, and what I think I'm going to do is I am going to do different kinds of stitches, I think, on here. So my thought is that I would even do straight stitches on here. And so I would have straight stitches. I would have like that overcast stitch, which that peach is. Um, so straight stitches, overcast, and the cross stitching. And any other stitching that I might want to add. Whoops, that is in the wrong spot. It is definitely not easy. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing here because these aren't overlapping very much, but the fabrics aren't, so it makes it a little hard to get everything stitched down. But I think that having different stitches, I like that look. And I like the look of the single thread of the pearl. But when I do the straight stitches, I was even thinking of doing it just in a thread that you wouldn't notice. So I was thinking that as well, or like one that you wouldn't notice like a lot, you know, um, so it wouldn't stick out much. So I guess my thought is to make this look, well, almost like it's been maybe even repaired over the years. I don't know, you know, like sometimes quilts, and I'm not saying this is quilted. I know it's not, but what I'm saying is even, you know, like quilts are repaired through the years, and I thought, I like that look, right? Most of us probably do. And so it would kind of look like that. Now, the thing that I have to keep in the back of my mind is this is going to my mother. And I know I've said this before, but my mother doesn't know this kind of stitching, right? She's a crocheter. Oh, in fact, I brought little pumpkins that she's been working on. I wanted to show you just real quick. Let me do that real quick. So she likes to do things like this. Like this is what she'll do. And then they sell them they have a craft fair once or twice a year, and they sell them, and they, any of the money goes towards Alzheimer's. So, in fact, I started a little series of videos. I am making change purses, stitching them to give to them to sell at the November craft fair. So that video, the first one, comes out this Friday, so in a few days. And there's actually 3 videos. So I made 3 videos for the first change purse. And I'm going to have those videos come out this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 right in a row. But I want to make 5 change purses. So the first one is done. And I have ideas for the other ones. So if you watch those videos, you'll see the ideas. But those are part of my slow stitch mini projects because, well, I mean, they're basically, it's very similar to just a little pouch with some sort of a, flap on the top to hold whatever's going to go inside. So like I was thinking about that I don't know that they should call them change purses. Like they can maybe have a little sign, or maybe I'll even do it, where it says, use for money, makeup, receipts, I don't know, coupons, like just there's different things, obviously, you can do with these little things. And yeah, so anyway, so that's the scoop on that. So I hope you can see what I'm doing okay. It's a little hard when there's something this big to stitch. I did want to mention as well that I do have a playlist from December of 2021 from, it's Rachel and Sarah's stitching video. So I learned how to stitch from them. I mean, when I was like 10 years old, my mother did send me to a lady in town, and I did learn some machine stitching. That was decades ago. So what do I remember from that? Nothing. And that was all machine. I mean, I've never done slow stitching before Rachel and Sarah, ever. And you know, let me finish this one stitch, and then I'm going to show you what I did in December of 2021, where I was learning the stitches. But the playlist, I created a playlist back then because I knew that at some point I would want to refer to them. And sure enough, you know, here I am, what is it, almost 4 years later, and my plan is to watch those videos again and relearn certain stitches. So let me lift this up first. You can see, you know, on this side will be like the overcast stitch, then over here are the cross stitches. I'm liking that. And then I just kind of imagine, you know, then over here, maybe I'll do some straight stitching, right? Kind of mix it up. I think that might be pretty. So I'm going to give it a try. I can always take it out if I don't like it, right? So I'm going to move this to the side for a minute. Let me share with you what I did in December of 2021. So again, this was my first slow stitching. I mean, the only slow stitch that I knew was a straight stitch. Yeah, I could sew a button on and maybe a hem, like on pants or something. Yeah. But so this is the journal. And so this is Roxy Journal of Stitchery, Volume 1. And, well, let me go through the whole thing with you. So it's all fabric. It's all fabric. And, so I don't know, like there's couching here. I forget the name. Turkey stitch, I think it is. Yeah. So this was after watching all of Sarah and Rachel's videos on how to do these stitches. I had a ball on this. You can see it's very like frilly and lacy, and just like pulling out the fabrics to put together. Still, right, one of my favorite things to do with stitching or any creative process is figuring out the colors, the placement. Yep, I love it. Love, love. So, and each page would have had a prompt. This one might have been like a flower prompt. I could see that happening since there's a lot of flowers on this page. I don't know what this would have been. I have no idea. This one I had, I think, was this, I don't know, using different textures, because there's all different textures going on here. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, this was to use like a quilted piece. I'm pretty sure that's what this was. Yeah, with the buttons. Like, look how cute. I remember doing this. I cut this bird out of fabric. I think that was a Dina Wakley stamp. I think I stamped it, cut it out, stitched around. I have like padding in there, so it's a little chubby guy. Yep, yep, yep. And this heart I got from somebody. I did some French knots. Yep. Yep, a label like from a dress or shirt or something. Like, look at this. Oh my gosh. I don't know what this prompt was. Maybe a heart. I don't know. Yep. I mean, I look at it and I just look at like all the different things on it, right? From the piece of pearl to the ruffles to the flowers to the bow. This is stamped hearts. Yeah, so the prompt was probably hearts. More little like rosettes. This must have come from some embroidered piece, and the button and all of the frilliness on the edge. I mean, that was fun. That was like learning because I had never done any of this. So it was just a ton of fun. Then what I have here, so I have 3 pages of stitches. And these are the stitches that are in those videos that are in the playlist that I will put in the description box. So what I did, so I would remember, so like Sarah, so they swapped weeks. I think it was 4 weeks worth of videos. So Sarah did stitches 1 through 5. And what I did was I took a little piece of fabric and I just wrote on the side here what the name of the stitches are. So I would remember. And then I wrote Sarah 1 to 5. So if I wanted to look up one of these stitches, I know I'm going to go to Sarah's video 1 to 5 and I'll find it. So these are Rachel's stitches 6 to 10. Then over here is Sarah 11 to 15, this whole page. And then Rachel, these are the last 5. So yeah, like so much. The bullion, the couching, I still do all the time. Here's my blanket or buttonhole stitch, the one that I can't start. The weaving, the turkey stitch, which I forget some of these. So my plan is actually to rewatch those videos. Yeah, to kind of refresh my memory. Like I would love to do like the fly stitch or the herringbone stitch. I would, but I don't think of them. But here's the cross stitch that we just did, right? Or even like the chain stitch is a fun stitch. I could do that on the my mother's gift. I could do that. I could do any of these really, right? But yeah, so I never sewed this in intentionally. I don't know why. It's 2 signatures. And I just kind of left it where this was just kind of went over like that. And I'm like happy with that. I have no problem with that. So I wanted to share that with you. So the playlist will be in my description box. And it has also videos from Mary Corbett, I think is her name. She hasn't made videos in years, but she has like little 2-minute videos on how to do stitches, like a whole bunch of different stitches. But some of them I saved into that playlist, so those will be there as well. Okay, I think the last thing that I want to mention is, well, actually I have one more thing real quick. Obviously, well, these are all fabric scraps, except for the back, the bigger pieces. These are bookmarks. They are on cardboard. They are not sewn. The reason I'm sharing this with you is if you happen to have a lot of scraps, which I think you probably do, and you just, and I don't know, you didn't feel like stitching, whatever. I mean, I love gluing stuff. This is all fabric that was glued down. I did this a few years ago, probably 3 years ago, and or four maybe. No, probably like 3 years ago. And I use these all the time. So even though this one is Christmas related, I use it year round. I love it. And it's just fun, right? It's fun, fun. So just two simple little projects for you if you are looking for something like that to do. Then I also wanted to show you, oh my gosh, I did my first try at yo-yos. Okay, so I will also try to remember to put in my description box the lady that I watched her video, and I just felt like it was the easiest video I've ever seen on how to make yo-yos. And I watched it probably about 4 weeks ago. The name of her channel begins with pink. I just can't remember the rest of it. But so last night I'm in bed and I'm like, I want to try a yo-yo. So this was my first one. And so I learned that I didn't quite stitch it in the right spot, and I used pearl thread, and I don't think that's good because it makes it too poofy. Yeah, so this was the first one. And then this was the second, which you would think would be better than the first, but it's actually not. So I'm having a problem. I mean, it's better as far, it's not as dimensional as this one. So it is flatter, but I was having a problem knotting it. So I went back and I watched her video again. And so she gave a couple options on how to knot it off. So the next time I make one, I will do it the way that she showed. So all I basically did was take, this round top. I took my fabric, I drew around, I cut out the circle, I sewed it, and yeah, and then this is what I have. So I'm learning. I'm not happy with either one, but I will use them. I'll use them, but I'm going to be making more. Once I have it down, I will I'll probably do one in a video or whatever with all of you, but check out the lady that I learned from. Her YouTube link will be in my description box. What else? So I think I wanted to just mention that on Saturday I posted a video. So 2 days ago I posted a video on the threads that I like to use, because I think that's helpful, right? So I mean, I've only been sewing for like 3.5 years, but I'm trying to figure out where the heck I left off so I can do more stitching. Okay, I'm over here. So even though I've been only stitching for 3.5 years, I have certain threads and yarns that I like and certain ones that I don't like. So I shared that with all of you. It's just my opinion. Everybody likes different things, but maybe you'll see something in that video that will help you, especially if you're newer to stitching, which there's a few people that I know that watch my channel that are newer to stitching. And yeah, so I think that that's always a helpful little thing. Just, what their favorite or what your favorite threads and yarn and floss is will be different than mine, right? And that's okay. That is a-okay. So I wanted to mention that video because it might help somebody out. And then I think the last thing that I wanted to mention was, one moment, please. One moment. There we go. Is, what was it? Actually, I think it was, yeah, it was this morning. I was watching a video of a video by a lady named Cher. Her channel is Cher My Art, so it's CHER, My Art, and I will put her link in my description box. And she is so creative. She must have been stitching and embroidering for many years. And she did this thing with this Christmas tree that I'm just drooling over. So I want to share her channel with all of you as well, because I just think I think everybody can learn, right? Everybody can learn. So, yeah, check it out. I'll put the link to that particular video in my description box. So there will be a few links in my description box. There will be the link for the playlist for the Roxy sisters and their videos on teaching us how to stitch. I'll put the link for the lady that I'm going to follow on how to make a yo-yo. And also I'll put the link for my thread video as well. And then also for Cher, because yeah, she's super creative, like I say. But anyway, so that is probably it for today. What I'm thinking is, let me knot this off, and maybe we'll do a few straight stitches so you can get the feel for what I'm thinking. I mean, I could be, sorry, I had to reach across. I could be way off on what I'm thinking. So let's kind of take a look at it together real quick. Okay, so we just stitched here. I have this upside down at the moment. But let's go ahead. See, now what I have to be careful of is a lot of these fabrics aren't really going over the fabric next to it. Like some of them are like super just butted up to one another. Some are over, but some are not. So like this here is definitely over the other fabrics. So is this, right? Because I just placed that down. So maybe what I'll do, let me see about this here. See, this one's not either. So the ones that don't have a lot of overlap, I think I'm going to do either the cross stitch or the overcast stitch. But the fabrics that are overlapped, I would be comfortable doing the straight stitch. Because, I mean, I could straight stitch. So this is a area that is not overlapped a lot. I could straight stitch here and I could straight stitch here, so I could do both fabrics, which would be fine, except it's double the stitching. So you know me, I'm all about the easy, so I'm gonna find the fabrics, or yeah, the fabrics that go over one another to stitch. So if I look at these, I'm missing one. Where is it? I have threads like everywhere. Okay, well, we're just gonna look at these because I don't need the other one, but I have one that I think is a little bit darker. So like which thread would I use on here? I also have these, and I have different, I even have green, like a, I don't know what that would be called, camouflage green. Wow, I even have this green, which is a lighter green. I think I like this. I'm gonna go with this lighter green. I was gonna go with like a white or a beige, but for right here, I think I'm gonna use that one. All right, so let me grab a needle and let's do a little stitching with this. And let's see, so I'm not looking for the stitching to be super noticeable with this. Obviously, I mean, it's very fine. It's fine, but it's strong. So should I double this up? I think I will try it doubled, and if I don't like it doubled, well, then I just won't, you know, do that anymore. So I have a feeling this is going to have all different kinds of stitches on it, which is okay, right? It'll blow my mother's mind because she's very exact. She's like very, yeah. So super organized, which is probably where I get my organizational love from and skill, because she's like way organized. Okay, so I think I'll start with, no, I'll start. See, so none of this right here is stitched down. So when I start to stitch this right here, it's gonna be picking up this piece, which is good. But that red piece has not been stitched at all yet. So this will be grabbing both of those. Okay. Oops, oops, oops. I kind of got hooked here. Uh-oh. Okay. Hopefully this is okay. Oh my gosh, I have thread stuck to my sweater. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, this is stuck to a pin. Let me move my tea onto the other side because, you know, I just have too much around me. Okay, I have to turn this. Okay, make sure it's straight, which I think it is, and we're gonna do a straight stitch. So I think that the reason I was gonna go towards probably an off-white or like a cream color thread was because of the background of this piece right here. But this green is so light in color that it looks fine. It's not super noticeable. So I like it a lot. A lot. Yeah, I bought this thread a few years ago. It's called Conso, C-O-N-S-O. And somebody at some point had mentioned that it was good thread. So, and I liked this because I don't need a lot of thread, right? Because of the way I stitch, it's not like I'm machine stitching and I need a lot of thread. So the bobbins was really great for me because I could get multiple colors. Yeah, and not have too much of it. So this is not cut straight, so that's not going to look straight no matter what. But I am going to now start, like I might have to trim that, but that's okay. Like I don't even know what I'm doing to the edges of this yet. That like has not even entered my head. Like I could put lace over it, I could put fabric over it, I could just stitch over it. Like there's choices, right? So at some point I will have to figure that out, but not right now. Okay, So, and of course, this is all frayed fabric. I love frayed. You know, I love that look. That's also something that my mother is not going to understand. And you're all like, so why are you making that for your mother? Oh my gosh, it's too much. Um, but I'll explain it all to her. I mean, she will graciously accept it. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh, and I wanted to mention too, I think it was in my last Monday video where I mentioned the historical fiction books that I like to read, and I got actually a lot of response about that. And I wanted to mention one more thing. Um, I mean, there are definitely some good movies as well. And one of them is an older movie, which I have watched multiple times. And it's on Hulu. And I don't pay anything special for Hulu. So like, I don't have like live Hulu or anything. I just have the basic plan. And it is part of that basic plan. So if you have Hulu, you can get the movie, wait, what is the name? I want to make sure I say it right. Pearl Harbor, with Ben Affleck in it. And oh, and like I said, I've watched it before, but there are some movies, just like some books, that you can read or watch a few times. It is a 3-hour movie, but it is historical fiction. And obviously, it's about Pearl Harbor, and which was really, I think, the beginning of World War One for the U.S., right? So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. And you know what? There's also on Hulu. Let me pull it up real quick. There's also a show. I think there's 7 or 8 videos or movies in it. Not movies. Episodes is the word I'm looking for. Let me find it because it was so good. I've watched it multiple times, and it has to do with World War II in Poland. Right here. We Were the Lucky Ones. So this is Hulu. Yeah, it's from 2024. So good. We Were the Lucky Ones. And it is a book. So I watched the movie first, and then I tried reading the book, and it was difficult. It was difficult because it was very, very, very different. So I don't know, you know, do with that what you will, but that was very good. So I just wanted to share that with all of you because, like I say, I got a lot of comments about the historical fiction books that we like to read. Yeah, I learn a lot from them. I know that they're fiction. I know that, you know, the story is fiction, but there's a lot of history. That's why it's called historical fiction. So, so you learn a lot of factual information as well. And so that's really interesting to me to learn that. Why does this keep happening? Yeah, so that's that. I just wanted to, like I say, share that piece of information with all of you. So, all right, so I'm just going to finish this one little piece of fabric, and then that will be it for the video. And if you ever find that like my video is going too slow for you, remember you can speed it up by going to the, well, on iPad and iPhone, it's in the upper right of your screen. It's a circle. It looks like a gear. If you click on that, you'll see playback speed, and you will be able to put it out like 1.25 speed would probably work. Yeah. All right. So that, okay, that's all sewn. I have a lot of extra threads going on here. Some of it is the basting, which I'm not going to take out just yet. All right, so I think I'm just going to kind of leave that needle in there. All right, so now, so I'm going to lift this up. So now you can see the 3 types of stitching. I try to ignore those threads. So we have the straight stitching with the regular thread. We have the cross stitching and the overcast. So I am liking the look of that together. I do, I like it. So I guess I'll continue for now with it that way. Yeah, so I'll just keep working on this, and I'll bring it back from time to time, maybe next Monday, maybe not, because I do want to start tearing the fabrics for my December journal. Oh, I had made a video on the fabrics I'm going to be using for that. I made that probably, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. And of what fabrics I'm going to use for my December journal, or my December daily, whatever you want to call it. And but I haven't done nothing else with it, so I need to get working on that. And I will be doing some videos of my Christmas table runner, so that will be coming as well. So lots of stitching going on, and I'm loving every second of it, and I love that you're all following along and joining for the ride and stitching along with me, and we're all learning together. So check out all the links in my description box. Let me know if you have any questions, and I pray that you all have a blessed week. I will see you in the next video. God bless. Bye-bye.